Hey, this is Coach Woolley, the holistic trainer, and this is a demonstration of the 90-90 swivel exercise, which is an excellent exercise for improving the rotational ability of your hips. This is an exercise that's done on the floor, so I suggest making sure that it's invitable. You should do this on a nice carpet, maybe use a yoga mat or pillows and blankets on the floor. Essentially what you want is a little bit of cushion because you are going to be down on the ground. We're going to have two variations of this exercise, a level 1 and a level 2. Level 1 is for more of the beginner status. If you have challenge with this exercise, this is one you're going to start with, and your goal is to progress to level 2. When we're doing this exercise, we're going to start by sitting down on the floor, and we're going to have our knees bent with our heels on the ground, and our hands are going to be behind our body. And we're using our hands to help keep our posture upright. We want to try not to slouch backwards into our position, although in the beginning you may be rather tight and inflexible, so you need to be at the position that you can do this exercise in. Maybe in the beginning you're leaning back a little bit more, but your goal over time is to be in a more upright position. Whatever position you start in, be it with your hands farther back or closer towards you, you want to focus having an upright spine and maintaining good posture. Now when we're doing this exercise for level 1, what we're going to do is begin by rotating our legs into one direction. And what we should end up in is two 90-degree angles with our legs. So as you start to rotate, in the beginning you may have trouble getting the right position. Your knee may be really bent or too close to the other leg. Remember that the 90-90 name implies that we want to have two approximately 90-degree angles with our legs. So for level 1, as we begin to rotate, you'll notice it's challenging to begin to get your knees down towards the floor. So you're going to lift off the back hand and turn towards the front leg. Notice the position of my spine. I'm upright. Both legs are bent at about a 90-degree angle, and I have both legs connected to the floor. Then as I start to rotate to the opposite side, I'm lifting my knees, bringing my hand back, and now rotating my legs to the other side and lifting off the back leg. Again, as you're moving, you may need to adjust to get to the right position. Posture's upright, and we continue rotating side to side, making sure we're getting to our 90-degree angles. Now, level 2 of this exercise is to keep both of our hands behind our body the entire time, which is a little bit more challenging. We're going to do the same movement, but now you'll notice that I'm keeping my hands behind me, and I'm still using my hands to try to keep my posture upright, and I should have two approximately 90-degree angles. Then as I swivel, I'm lifting my lead leg, and I'm rotating to the opposite side. So this will be level 2 progression for the 90-90 swivels. One way to make this exercise a little more challenging, if for example we wanted to have a level 3, would be to focus on lifting the lead leg while we keep the trail leg down during the transition period. So as I lift my lead leg, I'm trying to keep this other leg glued to the ground until I hit a wall where I can't create any more separation between my legs, and then I will let the trail leg follow, bringing it across to the opposite side. And I repeat, same thing going back, lifting my lead leg while my trail leg stays down till I hit a point where I can't continue moving without allowing my trail leg to follow. And again, our progression from here is to continue moving to a more upright position where my hands are closer and closer to my body. Here's what this will look like from the side, so I can show you one more detail to focus on. Whether I'm doing level 1 or level 2, either way, one important aspect is to focus on getting this knee in contact with the floor. So notice I want to use my hand. This is very helpful to actually try to slide it underneath your knee and make sure there's no gap here where I can get my hand down. I want to try to eliminate that gap and get that knee connected to the floor. You'll notice from this angle as well that I'm really focusing on keeping my back straight, doing my best to not slouch. Use your hand to push yourself upright. alternating side to side. One last tip here. You may notice that one direction is easier than the other. So for example, go in this direction, fairly easy, not a lot of discomfort. And perhaps as I go the other way, I feel a lot of tension in my hips on either side, and it's much more challenging. I may be able to do this side with both hands behind me, but going this way, I can't get down without lifting off my back hand. That's totally normal. Many of us have imbalances side to side. If this is the case for you though, and it's a substantial difference, I'm going to suggest that we doing multiple repetitions to our more challenging side. At least 2 to 3 going in that direction that needs it more for every 1 repetition that we do to our side that's a little bit easier. And this is a demonstration for the 90-90 swivel exercise.